So in this video, I'll be teaching you how to convert between radians and degrees. But before we get started on these example questions, let's first take a look at the unit circle. So last video, I talked about how these coordinates corresponds with the special right triangles that we have learned before. But what we didn't cover are these fractions here with pi's in them. Now, these are what you call radians. So when you think of radians, the name itself sounds like radius. So remember what a radius is. A radius is the line that is halfway in the center of a circle. Now radians in the circle these are all radians. This is a radian, these are radians, these are radians. These are called radians. Now, and if I want to convert them, I must first know pi has to always be equal to 180 degrees. Now, how do I know that? See, I see a pi here, and here it's 180 degrees. And if we think about it, 180 degrees is like this, right? It's a straight line, and this is 180 degrees. And that is pi. Now, what if I want to know what 2 pi is? Well, 2 pi, I can just say, okay, if pi is 180, then 2 pi means 2 times 180, which is 360. Or you can think about like this. If pi is 180 degrees, then 2 pi is double that. So I add this much. And we take a look at this circle here. It is 360 because remember, a full circle is always equal to 360 degrees. So 360 degrees is 2 pi, and 180 degrees is pi. Now, when I want to convert, let's do this first question here, converting from radian to degrees. So my answer should be in degrees, which looks something like this, where we have the degree symbol. Now, if I want to convert from radians to degrees, I multiply it by 180 over pi. It's always like this. When converting from radians to degrees, you times 180 over pi. When converting from degrees to radians, you times pi over 180. I'll show you how to do that later. But basically, when you see the pi in the numerator, then you have to multiply 180 over pi, where pi is in the denominator, so that I can cross them out easily. And I can use my calculator and just say, okay, 180 times 7 is equal to 1,260 over 4. And if I do that divided by 4, I get 315 degrees. And there I have it. I'm already done with my first question. I have converted from radians, which is 7 pi over 4, to 315 degrees. Now, if you want to double check your answer, let's take a look in the unit circle. Let me first erase this first. Now let's find 7 pi over 4. Let's see where it is. Aha, I see it right over here, 7 pi over 4. And if I take a look at the angle carefully, it is 315 degrees. So it's the exact same thing, so I'm correct. Now let's try converting from degrees to radians. Now remember what I said before. When converting from degrees to radians, it has to be times pi over 180. It is the exact opposite here. Here I say 180 over pi. Here it is pi over 180. Now if I want to solve for pi, I can cross out the zeros, and then I get 27 divided by 18, which is 1.5 pi. So that is my answer, or you can just leave it as 27, or you can just leave it as 27 over 18 pi, and then simplify it, and you get 3 pi over 2. So there's 2 answers depending on what the questions ask you. If they ask you for a decimal, then you can leave your answer like this, and then times pi, or you can leave your answer like this. Now, how do I know if I'm correct? Again, let's take a look at the unit circle. So now I want to find 270 degrees. So here, 270 degrees is right over here. And if I take a look at the radians, it's 3 times pi over 2, which is the exact same answer that I got here. So that means I'm also correct. So congratulations, we've converted from radians to degrees and converted from degrees to radians. So this is how you convert between radians and degrees using unit circle and using the rule here, pi is always equal to 180 degrees. Thank you for watching.